The Tomb of the Cybermen Part 3, another extraordinary installment in what is, probably, likely is not the finest Doctor Who serial up to this point in time. Well, 1967, Up to now, it's a candidate for one of my absolute favourites, to be sure. One of my absolute favourites of the black and white era, that is for certain. Anyway, I think what I love most about this serial, it's ultimately the art design, the direction, feeling enclosed in the tombs with the Cybermen and the deceitful members of the expedition. This is an extraordinary serial, and this episode in particular features Patrick Troughton's greatest monologue, his finest piece of acting as the Doctor, I believe. You know what? I might even share an excerpt of this at the end of the video. Just the audio. And we have the introduction of the major Cybermat action. We witnessed to some Cybermat action in episode 2, although here, this is these little squeaky mouse things that you can see in the video. They're just wonderful. This is the exact scene. This will make or break Doctor Who for you. You either think, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, this is a wonderful expressionistic theatre. Or you think, am I meant to be taking this seriously? Oh my god. People who take it too seriously and are very, worried and, feel the tension of that moment. I don't know if I'm really on board. But as just novelty, oddball, child's nightmare pulp, the Cybermat sequence is glorious. The image of those Cybermen out of their tombs, confronting those who've awakened them, it doesn't get much better than that in the classic Doctor Who canon, this sci-fi gothic horror masterwork. We can talk all day about the execution, whether it's good, whether it's bad, but by Doctor Who standards of this time, it's almost as good as it gets. Really. You may have your issues with the Cybermats, but come on, look at them. And now, after this, enjoy Patrick Troughton's monologue. Thanks again, my friends. We'll see you again in Part 4 of Tomb of the Cybermen. We'll talk more behind-the-scenes stuff in that one, perhaps, although I do want to talk about my ultimate thoughts on the serial there. I've explained them throughout the first 3, but just how it all ties together in that wonderful conclusion. So thanks again, friends, very immensely.
I would be if my father were here.
Yes, I know.
I wonder what he would have thought if he could see me now.
You miss him very much, don't you?
It's only when I close my eyes. I can still see him standing there before those horrible Dalek creatures came to the house. He was a very kind man. I shall never forget him. Never.
No, of course you won't. But, the memory of him won't always be a sad one.
I think it will. You can't understand being so ancient.
Eh?
I mean old.
Oh.
You probably can't remember your family.
Oh, yes, I can when I want to. And that's the point, really. I have to really want to bring them back in front of my eyes. The rest of the time, they sleep in my mind, and I forget. And so will you. Oh, yes, you will. You'll find there's so much else to think about, to remember. Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing. Nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.